Yo, what's going on, Planet S.O.N family? It's your main man, JD. Thank you for tuning in. This is Drinks with JD.
The money.
Okay.
The money, cause man, us artists we're underpaid, bro.
Okay.
I mean, they pay us percentages of a penny per stream, not even a penny per stream, you know? And I think at the end of the day, there's so much that as an artist you put into your music career, and you don't always see the return right away. So like having faith and being persistent and not giving up, like it's taken a lot. You know, for me, it's taken a lot from me, like a lot of time and days of hours of my life that I'm never gonna get back that I've given to this, and I'm still pursuing something. And at the end of the day, it's like a lot of people gave up because they probably didn't see the results as fast as they wanted. But I mean, I was in that position. I wasn't seeing results as fast as I wanted, but I'm still here.
Exactly.
And I think that's been the toughest part, knowing that like I've worked with other people and other artists that I know are as talented or sometimes even more talented than I am.
Yes.
And to not see them in the same position that I'm in,
No doubt.
because it's like I want them there. I want all my people to grow and win with me. I want to eat and feed. I want to help my homies' families. You know what I mean? I want to help my family, but I want to, become Uncle Cash. You feel me? And it's like that's the hardest part, because you can't take everybody with you, bro. You can't. It's like Snoop Dogg said it best in an interview. He's like, the hardest part for him is knowing when to leave people behind. At what point do you cut people off? At what point do you say, man, I've given you enough opportunities, enough time to do something for yourself? And a lot of times people just don't do it, So for me, that's been the hardest part, like just kind of evolving as an artist and maneuvering and having to sometimes cut people off, and it's mostly because they hand me the scissors. You
kind of reminded me of something. There's a saying, I forgot exactly who said it, and I'm not gonna say it verbatim, but it was something like, sometimes the blessing that God gives you isn't for everyone. So I mean, yes, like you were mentioning earlier, how you want to help. That's just in you. You want to help your friends and your family. However, sometimes maybe that's not their blessing. That's not what God wants for them. So I completely understand what you're saying, and I can see how tough it can be.
Yeah, sometimes I have to remind myself that some things that I just can't control. And that's very hard for me, because I'm the type of person, I'm a controlling person. I'm a Scorpio.
Okay.
So I stay in control all the time.
Okay.
Every situation, I don't drink. I don't like to get drunk because I lose control. I feel clumsy. I like to be focused and always know what's going on, my surroundings, be in control of the situation. And when I come across things that I can't control, like other people's will, dedication, and what they're,
exactly,
that kind of gets to me, because it's like, man, like I wish I could just say something or do something that's gonna make you want to just push yourself more. But some people, like you said, it's just not meant for everybody.
Exactly.
So we just got to come to terms with that as artists sometimes, and just keep it pushing.
No doubt. Well, right now, how you were mentioning Snoop, right, and how he had some some inspiring words, I guess you could say, that you took. What artists have inspired you?
Oh man, there's a lot. Probably too many to name.
Okay.
I mean, I love hip hop. I love the art of music, and I mean, I think it shows in my music, because a lot of people. This goes back to and thank you for not asking me this, because everybody asks me, how do you feel being labeled a Chicano rapper? And it's like, that's just such a common question. To me, it's not about the label of what type of artist you consider yourself to be. It's more of who are your musical influences, you know? So when people ask me who influenced you, almost everybody, bro.
Yeah.
I could tell you Tupac, I could tell you Snoop Dogg, I could tell you Luis Miguel, I could tell you Jose Jose, I could tell you Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, I could tell you, you know, so many different artists that I listen to in different genres. But I think my biggest influences are you know, the classic West Coast hip hop artists, like you know, Snoop Dogg, the Dogg Pound, Corrupt, Tupac. You know, I enjoy a lot of the East Coast hip hop as well, like Nas, Jay-Z. My favorite artist of all time is Big L.
Oh wow, no doubt.
A lot of people don't know that, and it's like Big L had a short span. His career was short because he got killed.
Exactly.
But
rest in peace, Big L.
Yeah, man, his music, his just, and it wasn't really like he wasn't making songs like classic songs, but just his rhyme scheme, the way he expressed himself on the mic, and he was definitely ahead of his time. So when I was listening to that, there was no other rapper that sounded like Big L that even came close to him. So that was probably one of my biggest inspirations. It was Big L, and then obviously Tupac and, you know, Biggie and them. But that's my favorite artist. Now, as far as what do I think translates into my music, everything, bro.
Okay.
Like I said, Nirvana, like Mexican music, like every possible genre that I've ever listened to. Sometimes I catch myself writing or rapping, and I'm like, man, that sounds like something Kurt Cobain said or would have said, and it just kind of twisted in a different way. Or a lot of the Spanish music that I listen to and I translate into English bars, and people ask me like, how did you come up with that? And I'll be like, hey, haven't you ever heard this song in Spanish? Oh yeah, well that's basically that idea translated into English. You know?
That's what I'm talking about.
And it's like, it's just, I think it just happens so fast. It's a subconscious influence. It's not something where you're sitting there like, I want to sound like this, I want to copy this. No, it's like, what do you feel? What comes to you when you listen to this beat? So I like to consider myself very versatile because of all the wide range of influences that I've had.
No doubt. That's what I'm talking about, man. All right, my brother. So throughout your music, right, in English songs, you drop like one little Spanish word here and there, right? Now, with your latest single called Bala Fria, the entire song is in Spanish, right?
Yes, sir.
So how important is it to you to display that part of your culture?
Extremely. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to do that. Because Balas Frias is like a 2-year-old song. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, okay.
I'm telling you something here exclusive, but I don't tell nobody. That's a 2-year-old song, bro. A lot of people don't know that. And
forgive me, dude, I love the song. And the video is amazing.
I love it. It's one of my favorite songs. We worked pretty hard on the whole song, like the production behind it, the writing and the engineering, the video, like everything was
dope, man.
Very, very well thought out and planned. But I think it's really important for me to display that part of me as an artist and my culture, because when in the beginning of 2020, in February of 2020, I got picked up by La Vuelta Records. When I got picked up by La Vuelta Records, I got a deal through them to distribute my music through Empire.
Okay.
So Empire has a pretty good range of artists, you know, but from what I was coming with in at the time, they wanted me to focus mostly on West Coast music. So I started working with artists of the likes of Young Drummer Boy, Slim 400, you know, so on and so forth. Now those records are, you know, typical West Coast records, but I've had these Spanish records, and based on the strategy that they wanted to put in place, it wasn't time for me to put out these songs yet, because I didn't really have a buzz, or as you mentioned earlier, that online, that social media presence. So in a way, they were right. I felt like if I would have put those songs out in the beginning of 2020, they might have fell onto deaf ears. So because of all the work that I did leading up to those songs, now those songs are recognized more. They're like, well, okay, those are dope. So it was very, very important for me to put those out. I kept bugging my manager. I kept like, hey, man, tell Empire I need to drop this. And my manager was like, hold on, wait. Like, no, it's not. It's a good song. And he's like, I love the song, but it's not the right time.
Yeah.
You gotta make these moves and then get your streams up, get your Spotify, presence up, and then I mean, I'm releasing more music now that's in Spanish, because to me that's my first language. It is. That's not the first language that I ever spoke was Spanish. So then obviously I learned English in school, but my parents didn't speak English to me growing up, and for me to be able to speak my first natural language, people ask me, isn't it harder to rap in Spanish? Nope. To me, it's easier.
No doubt.
It's so easy for me to write in Spanish because I have so many words that I rhyme. It's crazy. It's like I can never run out of words to rhyme in Spanish. So I feel like now that I'm in a better position as an artist to be able to release this like Spanish music, it's giving me the creative freedom to be like, this is who I really am.
No doubt.
You know?
That's what I'm talking about, man. Well, like I mentioned before, the song is dope. I love the video.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And I'm happy you were able to release it.
Yes, sir.
So, speaking about Spanish, right? Spanish stuff. This song that I'm going to mention right now, it's not in Spanish. However, it's titled in Spanish, right? And it's called El Rey, which translates into the king, right? Now, in the first verse of that song, you mentioned how you're the king of Santana hip hop, right? And I guess this is a two-part question. One is, did you ever strive? Like, was that your goal to be the king of hip hop in Santana? And also, why is that important to you?